everyone, welcome back, welcome if you're new. My name is Nikki and this is Interbeauty. And today I'm going to do a quick intro for my declutter series. I am going to do my declutter series again because it's getting out of hand. I've shopped a lot last year and that means I need to make some space because my drawers are completely full. But this is going to be a declutter for my eye products. So eyebrows, mascaras, eyeliners, liquid liners, anything eyes related that isn't an eyeshadow palette or my eyeshadows loose singles, so the magnetic pens. I will do a separate video on those two, but my regular loose shadows, something like this, or my eye primers, I will feature in this declutter. And I'm going to rate them in 3 categories. One is going to be glow. That's going to be the products that I will keep and absolutely love. 2 is going to be grow. Those are products that I want to test out some more because I'm not certain about. And 3 is going to be go because I don't like them or I'm keeping them for review for the hub. If you want to know more about the hub, I will explain later because some exciting things are going to happen, but it's going to be a secret a little bit longer. So if you want to know what the hub is, please subscribe and stay tuned. And for now, please enjoy this declutter video. Alright, I think this is all we have to work with for eyeliners, liquid eyeliners, cream shadows, singles, brow products, mascaras. I'm not including lashes because if I don't like my lashes, I will just give them away because I'm not having a huge lash collection. Okay, let's just sort it out and talk about it. Alright, we have brow pens, brow pencils, pomades and brow gels, colored and clear. I am not much of a venturer for my brow products. I usually use dip brow or just a simple pencil. But this year I really wanted to try out different things to see if I could elevate my brow game just a bit because brows is always the category where I struggled the most. I see everybody do such lovely fluffy brows and mine are 2016 and I know that and that's okay because I still like them, but some people prefer something different. Like I said, I wanted to perfect my game and I think I am still trying things out. I am not there yet, but I am liking certain things more than others. Let's start with brow gels because then I can wipe them off and still have a clean slate and that's not stained. Let's start off with the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara. I used to be a very golden blonde. I am not anymore since a few years and that means I am now venturing out in new colors as well. I am now a more light brunette, dark blonde, so it depends on the lighting. I used to color my hair a lot. Right now I have 50-50, so my ends are colored and my main part is not colored because I'm trying to grow them out. One is something that I've been using for years. This is 02 Brownie Brows. More gray brown, but this will blend your hairs beautifully. I don't use this one to set my brows. I'm not in much need of setting my brows because they will behave normally. But if I just want to adjust the color because it's a bit too red or a bit too light, I can put this one over and it will blend beautifully. So this is a glow. I will keep this one. I used to have the taupe shade, so the 01, and I might get that one to see if I like that one better, because the shade is not the most perfect shade. There are some filling fibers in here, and that means that your brows will look fluffier and bigger. So if you're having trouble with more sparse brows, this will help. Let's do all the colored ones first. This one is from Milani. This one is called the Stay Put Brow Mousse. The shade is 120. And this one is way more taupey than the other one. This is the type of shade that I would used to use to really make an impact on my brows. And this is more mousse-like, whereas this one is more gel-like and a more sparse coloring. This one is just pure color. I also tried it out with a brush, just to use it just like a pomade. That works well. So if you don't love using those things, a brow gel sets easily, so you can just take your brush. But as you can see, the wand is filled with product every single time, so the stopper doesn't do its work, because you don't need this much every single time you're doing your brows. So that's my only downside to this one. This is going to be a grow. I am not really certain about this. This is something that I had for maybe half a year, and I still need to test out some more. So this is going to be a grow. I'm going to put it to the side so I can use it some more and see what I think. Then I have 3 shades from the Lily by Red. And the only reason that I have 3 shades is because I used to have a web shop. Some people know, some people don't. But there was some left in inventory, and I picked out some products that I wanted to try for myself and gifted the rest. So this is a product that I kept after I decluttered the rest, and this is the Skinny Mesh Brow Mascara 01, 02, 04. This is a really light shade. As you can see, this is more blonde, warm toned, as K-Beauty often does. This is not my shade, as you can see. I am going to use it for the hub review, so you can see multiple colors, but right now this is going to go. Then we're going into shade number 2, I'm sorry. This one is light as well, but this one isn't as warm. I love the skinny tip. It's a really fine comb. There's not too much product on the wand. This stopper does work really well. And this is more my lighter brown shade. This one sometimes works if I'm putting too dark of a pencil in my brows. So this one I need to test out some more. If it's too light or not, I'm going to put this one in Grow, because I do love the formula. This one is 04, and you would think that is a really dark shade, but no, it isn't. As you can see, this is more your taupey version for blondes. And seeing those next to each other right now, I'm not sure what to do. On camera you could see the difference in undertone better than in real life, I think. So I am actually going to put this one in Grow and decluttering this one, because I think that the undertone is better on this one, because right now I am not so warm. And then a recent thing that I picked up was the Super Lock Tinted Brow. I already had the regular one, so I picked this one up right when it released, and I picked up the medium brown because I was like, okay, let's do a darker brown because I am not so light anymore. This one is again filled with product similar to the Milani one, but this one is really gel-like, as you could see. much more clear than Milani one and more similar to the one from Essence. It has the same overflow as the Milani one because I have to scrape it off, otherwise I will put way too much on my brows. Just as an example, this is what is on the brush. That's way too much for one swipe. I do like the color. It is a bit more neutral warm. I think this is my better shade than that one. I think this is way too gray. And that's strange because this one is called Brownie Brows and it's the second shade. I actually think this is a good shade match for me right now. I am a bit more neutral than this, but I think this should match me. I just got it, I used it like once, so I am going to put this one in Glow because I am still liking it and I didn't have any issue besides the stopper that doesn't really work. Then we have this one from Benefit. This one is the 3D Brow Tones in shade 2. I got this one in an advent calendar, I believe, last year. So I didn't pick out the shade. It's much more similar than the Lily by Red ones. And you can really build it up because you don't get too much on the brush at once. As you can see, this is a much better shade for me. It's a bit in between the depth of these, and this one is more cool toned. Again, it is more of a gel type formula and not as much as a cream formula like the Milani one, that one. And I think this is a really, really good shade match right now. Looking at this one is looking really warm toned. I'm not sure if I have the wrong shade in this one. I will have a check on the website. So I am going to keep this one. This is a definite glow. This is one I often use if I want to brighten my brows up or if I need to adjust the shade or just want a simple brow. This one is the Thicket Thickening Brow Mascara in the shade Espresso. This one is quite a dark shade, but it is neutral. It's a really big brush, as you can see, it's almost a mascara wand, but the shade match is really good. It doesn't have too much pigment, because you could brush it away, as you could see, but it does leave a tint. It is a bit too wet on the formula. If I could scrape it off, it would be a little bit better. It has those fibers as well, just like the Essence one. This one is again the jelly type and not the more cream type. And I think this one is a bit darker than that one. It still could match me. If I put on a too light of a brow, I can adjust it with this one. Like I said, I don't usually grab the colored ones just for a quick brow if I'm not doing any big makeup, just mascara, brows, etc. But when I do want a colored mascara, I do think this one is a good one. So that one is going to be a glow. So this one, I think I need to grab a different shade because I'm not sure, but I love the formula. This one is also a bit too warm. I'm going to look for a different shade because I love the clear one. This one is just a good match. Actually like this one when my brows are a bit too dark, I can lighten them up. And this one is actually to darken up my brows and it's a really good formula. So far I'm really liking them. I'm not going to swatch the clear ones because they're all clear. This one is the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. So the regular one, not the brow freeze. Look at that one, it almost could be a mascara. It's so big, it's even bigger than the NYX one. If you compare the two, it's similar in size. I don't like that size because it often comes onto your skin and then you have to remove it, etc. But this one does have a good stopper, so you don't have too much bulk, and this one is actually a good hold. This one is a bit sticky, but I actually like that. It doesn't leave any residue, it doesn't turn white if you putting on too much or if you brushing them through. Some do, but this one doesn't. This one was again in an advent calendar and I'm really happy to get it. This is just a good solid brow gel. It's not amazing, it's not bad, it's just good. Is it a must-have? No. But if you just want a good brow mascara in clear, this is absolutely one I would suggest. The next point up is the Pixie, the Brow Tamer. As you can see, there is one issue with this product next to the fact that it's clear so you could see all the nastiness. This one is not that old. It is maybe a year old. I haven't used it much, maybe 10 times. So for it to turn this cloudy, I'm not sure. But as you can see, the wand only reaches till here. I'm okay if the wand reaches till here when I am opening it up and it's all screwed down, but then the wand is over here. How can I access this product? Well, the answer is you can't. You have to hold it upside down so it could travel downstairs, but yeah, that's much of a hassle. Let's look at the wand again. Really big. As you can see, it has been stained. It was clear before. It even leaves a colored residue right now, and I think that's a bit bad because the Anastasia one I've used more, but that one is still clear. This one has become almost a tinted brow. This is just from one brow. That's so much. I mean, if I would do this on my brow, it would be soaked. But I'm not okay to let it go because I'm not sure of the hold and how it looks. So I'm going to put this one in Grow. I want to test it out a few times to see what the hold is, how it looks. I've been so distracted by the packaging and by the cloudiness, etc., that I didn't pay enough attention to the actual products. Then we have the Rare Beauty one. One of my favorites, only the bulk is again really bad. This one I have used quite a bit. I have it now for maybe half a year, maybe even less, but I have used it quite a bit. If you could see how much bulk this will gather from one application, that's really bad, guys. That's like 3 or 4 applications. If they just grab a tighter topper, it would be better because the brush is actually tiny and I appreciate it a lot. It's much better than the others. This is a beautiful brow gel. Will hold your brows down. It will actually glue them shut. If you like those laminated brows, you will already know this is one of the best. This is a really good brow gel and I really like it. This one is absolutely a glow. This is better than this one in my opinion. This one is just for everyday, really simple, good. And this one is great. The only downside is again the stopper. But the formula is really good and the wand is also really good. I'm going to skip to this one because it's really similar. Some of you might know already, but this is the Maybelline Superlock in clear. And even the wands are really similar. The only bonus points for this one is this one doesn't gather as much bulk. This is at least a quarter of what the other one does. And that's what I love about this one so much. It is essentially the same formula as this one, or at least really similar. I can get the same look, but this one has a better stopper. So why wouldn't I buy this one? This one is not only cheaper, but this one houses more product as well. You can squeeze it all out if you want, if you are down to the last drop. This one you can't see the inside or you can't access everything. This one is 4.5 ml or 0.15 ounce, and this one holds 7 ml or 0.23 fluid ounce. That is a big difference. If you want a good brow gel and you don't mind using drugstore, because I know some of you really love high-end and pulling it out of your makeup bag and being bougie. But if you don't mind drugstore, you actually prefer it because of the price and because of the amount, buy this one. Then we have Anastasia again. This one is the Brow Freeze Gel. I'm not sure what to say because I do appreciate that this is a different applicator. This is more your plastic rod with some combs. It's really easy to use, which I appreciate, but this stopper is not as good. It's really stringy. I don't know if you can see, but this one is really gel-like. It's really almost slimy. And maybe that's why it's so good. Because if you want the hold of these and not this one, then you have to get the Brow Freeze. This one is a really good brow gel. Locks your brows down, but I'm not really fond of the bulk that comes out. It's so much again. And I do think it's nice to have a different applicator. It's really easy to brush on. So I think that's nice, something different. So I'm going to give this a glow because I actually like using this. For my full face of Catrice, I picked up this one, the Lash Brow Designer. I never looked at Catrice brow gels because I was always fan of the Essence one, and that one is cheaper, so I grabbed this one in clear. And once again, a massive spoolie, but this one has a really weird spoolie as well, sort of like brow comb, so you could comb it through. I do appreciate it. It's not really wet, but it's almost too little bulk. I can't really put my brows down with this one. Maybe if I would do this first and then apply some brow pencil, but I haven't tried it out like that. I've just put this one over, and then it's just a less effective version of this one. So this one is okay. I am going to put it in Grow because I want to test out it some more. I've used it like 3 times, so I want to put it to the test, and let's see where we land. Then we have Ico, and Ico used to be a really big brand when I was a teen, and I got this one in an advent calendar, and I was like, okay, let's try it out. It has a little spoolie, as you can see, which I appreciate. There's a ginormous amount of bulk again. It's really jelly, as you can see, really glossy. It's not really sticky, it's almost like a serum. I can't say what I think about it because frankly I have tried it once. I don't know why, maybe because Ico isn't around anymore for most people. I just don't pick it up. I have this one since Christmas, I think, because then I had the advent calendar, and I used it once. I opened it loads of times. I know what the bulk looks like, I know what the brush looks like, but I never really put it to the test. So again, this one is going to be in the Grow category. I have to try it out because I couldn't tell you. And last one is again Benefit. Just like Anastasia, they are the leading brands in brows. And for the drugstore, I think L'Oreal and Maybelline, in my opinion. This one is the 24-hour brow setter. So this is the clear version. Again, same brush as the Anastasia one. Exact same. So if you appreciate this one, you will appreciate the other one. And this one has not much bulk, which I prefer. So if you put these next to each other, this one is slimy and filled with bulk that I always have to scrape off. So I'd rather go in with this one. I think the bulk is really comparable. They are really similar. It could go either way, but I use this one way more because this one leaves too much of a bulk. So in my opinion, if you would go for one, I would say this one. Don't come for me. I love Anastasia brow products, but for the brow gels, I prefer Benefit. Especially this one, the brow tones is okay, not amazing, but this one is amazing. If I would pick out my top, it would be these. So if I just had these 3, it would be amazing. I wouldn't mind at all. And I still have to find my most favorite tinted version. So if you have any recommendations or any brow products that I have to try, let me know, because now I am in the market. Now I want to see and test all of them out. Okay, let's put these to the side and go to this one. Just a heads up, I also ordered the Morphe one and the L'Oreal brow lamination. I just don't have it here right now. So I will be testing out those two because I am really curious. Let's start with the pens. I am going to do them over here so you could see this is my skin tone. Actually, this is actually the same skin tone as my face, so you could see the difference. Let's start with e.l.f. This is the Holy Strokes Microfine Brow Pen. I was so curious. I heard so much and I was like, okay, let's do this. You have to shake well. It's a super fine brush tip, which I appreciate. And then there is some product, but if you just want to make hair-like strokes, let's try a brow. Can you see what I mean? There's nothing on the tip, just at the base. So even if I shake really hard, store it upside down, I can't make strokes for the life of me. And I'm not going to do this on my brow because that's not going to be hair-like strokes. And you can't just put some bulk down and pick it up because it is already dry. I am going to use this one from my e.l.f. dupes video. I am going to review it for the hub, but this is going to go. One of the worst brow products I've used. Then we go to the new L'Oreal Faux Brow, and this one is in light brunette. This claims to be a 2-day brow, and this one has at least some bulk. Unfortunately, I don't love the shade. You do have to shake it up really good, otherwise you won't get anything. But this one at least gives us hair-like strokes on the tip. If you are putting it sideways, you can still put down some strokes really easily, but this is too warm for me. I am going to need a new shade, but so far I really like it. As you can see, it's already dry and almost bulletproof. So I am going to keep this one. I'm going to glow this one, but I'm going to order a new shade. But I do love the product. Then we go to Catrice, and I bought this one again for the full face of Catrice, and this is in 040 dark brown because I thought let's just do a darker one because I had this bad experience. This one you can't shake up, there's no bowl. So you have a felt tip, and again I'm using the same strokes as the L'Oreal one. Where is the product? And this one has been used twice. If you press hard, yes of course you will get some color, just like the e.l.f. Holy Strokes. You will get some color, but only if you do the base. If you again do the top for hair-like strokes, you won't get anything. So you will get again that lovely 2060 brow. I'm going to put this one in Go. I can't imagine that I will be using this one again. I do appreciate the color. Same goes for this one. It's a beautiful taupe color, but I'm not seeing myself using this one. Then we have two from Maybelline. I bought one first and then it was the wrong shade, so I bought another. I have ash brown and black brown. And I did that on purpose because I was like, this one doesn't show up, let's go really dark. This is ash brown. And again, this is a beautiful brow pencil with really fine strokes. You can actually make hairs, but as you can see, it barely shows up because it's way too light. Yes, you can press down, but even then, it's at best a light taupe. This is, however, a beautiful brush tip brow with an actual brow gel on the other side, but a really small brush. The bulk isn't bad, it's actually pretty good. It isn't the same as my Super Lock, by the way. It isn't, but it is a good brow gel like this. If you just want to take one product, you will use this one, no issue. But if you love those laminated brows, you won't achieve the look with this. If you have very light hair and barely any brows, this shade will work. Again, this is ash brown, not blonde, not taupe, ash brown. I am going to put this one in Go. How painful it is. I have only used it like 2 or 3 times to test it out, but I can't use this. Once again, this is black brown. And this one actually shows up like a more beautiful neutral brown. And yes, again, this is black brown. I don't see the black in here. I don't see the dark brown in here. But this is a perfect shade for me. As you can see, this is more dark than the Holy Strokes from e.l.f. but the same undertone. It's different than the L'Oreal one. And it's different than the Catrice one. So for reference, this is an actual neutral brown. So if you are light brunette, medium brunette, even a regular brunette, use this one. If you are darker than that, I would suggest grab the black. I'm not sure how many shades up they have, but this is an actual good color for me. So this is going to be a glow. Then we have brow pencils, and I'm going to sort them out with fine tips and big tips because that makes an absolute difference in my opinion. This one is the Romance, the Hen All Flat Brow. This is a triangle brow. They were out of stock of the hair-like stroke, so the mini one, but I still can use this one. I do find it a bit waxy. I've used it a couple times now. The color is a bit warm neutral. It's not really neutral, it's not really warm, so in between. And this shade is W1 Gentle Brown. On the other side there is a spoolie, a really big spoolie, mind you, but there is a spoolie. This is a bit waxy, but it does stay put. I am going to put this one in Grow because I need to test it out some more because I'm not really fond of this shape, of this size. So I'm going to make sure that I actually like it and not just hoard up. Then we have the IT Cosmetics Universal shade in Brow Power. This is with a spoolie. This is a mini, by the way. I got it in a kit. And this one is a thicker brow pencil, not really triangle, not really fine tipped, so right in between. And this is a beautiful shade. It's actually beautiful brown neutral. And the thing why they say it's universal is if you put in light strokes, you can do it for lighter hair, which you actually can, so that's fine. And if you put really deep dark strokes, go over it, you could use it for darker hair. So I would say blondes and brunettes can use it, but most of us can't use this shade, of course. But it's neutral, which I appreciate. So redheads, black hair, you can't use it unfortunately. But I do appreciate this pencil. If you put it on the side, you can actually make quite small strokes, as you could see. And if you want to fill in some gaps, you can just use it flat and it will build. This one is actually one that will keep on your brows for long. It has a really big spoolie again, but it has a spoolie even for the mini. So it is a really good brow pencil. I am going to glow this one because I actually like using this one every once in a while when I'm on holiday or something like that. It's nice, small, and at the same time I can use it. I have quite a bit left, I believe. Yeah, I could do quite a bit with this one. I am going to keep this one. Then we have the thick brow from e.l.f. This is the Instant Brow Lift Pencil. This is the shade Taupe. I bought this one when I was denying that I was a brunette because I was having a hard time that I wasn't blonde anymore. This is a pencil that you can actually make some hair strokes, but not really, not like the fine strokes from the IT Cosmetics one. Of course, if you can shave it off a bit with a pencil sharpener, yes, you could do a fine stroke, but other than that, it is a thick stroke. The color is quite okay. It's a bit warmer than the IT Cosmetics one, but still it's quite a good color. It is even a bit warmer than the Romance one, but it isn't as waxy. It is quite waxy, but not as much. You can still feel some powder. This is just powder. Yes, there is wax in there, so to keep it on, but it doesn't feel waxy or anything. This now feels like powder, by the way. It will dry down like powder. This will not. This will stay waxy. I am going to put this one in Grow because I'm not sure. The shade is good. I'm okay with the shade, but for now, I'm not really fond of the tip. So I'm going to test it out and I think this will end up decluttered, but I'm not sure yet. Then I have a really small pencil. This one was a sample size in my advent calendar. This is from Diego Thelma Palma. This is a brand that I never heard before since I got it, but the pencil is really neutral, which I appreciated. You could actually sharpen this to a fine point, which is also good. Of course, you will get a larger pencil when you buy this one. It is more neutral to cool than the other ones, as you could see. And you can actually build really small strokes because it isn't as waxy. It's actually a bit powder-like. I'm not sure about staying power. I haven't used it that much. So I am going to put this one in Grow and not in the declutter pile because I still want to test it out a bit more before I declutter it. It is a brand that nobody talks about, so I'm not sure to keep it. But for now, I do want to test it out, even if I just could put it in a project pen or something like that. Then we have 2 actual pencils, and then we go to the micro brows. This one is from Sicily. This is a really bougie pencil. This is in the color châtain, that means brown in French, if I'm not mistaken. And this one is a really small pencil, so it's really thin. You could really sharpen it to be really fine point, but it is still a pencil. So you could see it's still quite thick for your brows, and it's quite warm. It is mid waxy, so a bit more like, I would say, the It Cosmetics one, but it is a bit too warm. The only reason I still have it is because it's so expensive. I think this pencil could be easily 40 bucks, if I'm not mistaken. So this is just a really difficult one to let go of. They also have a really interesting spoolie comb wand. I think I am going to put this one in Grow because this is not my shade, but I'm not ready to let it go. I know that's really bad. Maybe, for instance, I could put this one on top, see if it helps. I don't know. I just want to try it out and see if I can make it work. Otherwise, I will pass it down and see if somebody else is willing to take this one off my hands. Then we have another from Milani with a spoolie but no cap. There wasn't any on when I got it. Maybe there should be one, I'm not sure. This one is in the shade Medium Brown 03. This is the Stay Put Brow Pomade Pencil. So that means this is a pomade but a pencil form. Alright, I just sharpened it so we have a nice fine point. And this is actually really ridiculously creamy. It actually feels like a pomade. I am barely touching my hand, guys, or arm. It does dry down to a powder, but it's so fine. Again, a bit too warm, but not as bad as the one from Sicily. And the depth is quite good. I have used this one quite a few times. That's why I needed to sharpen it. And I actually like this one. I am not sure if I'm supposed to have a different shade. I will take a look if there's a better shade for me. But so far, I actually really like this one. I know it's not micro fine, but this one has the staying power of a pomade. So that's something I really appreciate. So if you need a drugstore option for a pencil pomade, so you don't need to take a separate brush, try it out. Now we get into the actual pencil territory. I am going to start with this one, a really bougie one. This is the Dior Show Brow Styler. This one is 03 Brown. Let me first say this one. There is a spoolie with a cap, but no actual lid on this side. You just twist it open. I think that's strange for this price. Why isn't there any caps? These have that. I think that's strange, but okay. This one is almost out, as you can see. So I'm going to swatch it a little bit so I can still do one time my brows. The last time I used it was a couple months ago because I don't want to use it up. Not because it's amazing and I never want to get rid of it, but it is just a really good brow pencil. And it's expensive, and I was thinking maybe I will do full face of Dior again, etc. And I don't have to buy the pencil again. So probably I will have to, but yeah, I will have to because this one will. But look at those fine strokes. Those are really tiny, really fine. This is almost the exact same shade as the Milani one. A hair darker or almost the same, and this is a really good brow pencil. It will stay on, you can brush it out, no issues. This will stay on all day. It is bougie, it is pricey, but if you do like Dior, I think this is a good brow pencil. I will buy it again because I do love loads of Dior products, especially for the face. So I probably will do a full face of Dior again, or some brow recommendations, and this one should be in there. One that isn't in here, two actually, is the pencil from Anastasia or the pencil from Benefit. Not because I don't like them, I love them. I really love them, but they're out. I haven't bought them again yet because I was trying different products out, hence I don't have it. This one is the Catrice brow pencil, the Slimmatic Ultra Precise and Waterproof, and the shade that I got is 02 Medium. This one also bought for the full face of Catrice, and really fine strokes, the same exact color as the Dior one. Let's not call dupes yet, but it is really similar. I think that's a beautiful brow pencil with a beautiful shade, but it could be too light. I have used it a couple of times, not much, but the pencil is amazing. It feels slightly waxy. This one already has dried. This one hasn't. As you can see, it's an actual brow pomade. This one is going to be a powder as well. So this is a really good, cheap alternative to a lot of high-end brow pencils. Don't sleep on Catrice, guys. This was a recent purchase. This one is the Morphe, the Nano Brow Pencil. I was in the States and I was looking at Morphe, and this one caught my eye. I got it in the shade Cold Brew, and this one is an absolute amazing pencil. The shade is perfect. I actually used this a lot with my brow look. Amazing. So if you can find your shade, this is a really good brow pencil. The only thing is, don't turn up too much because it will break. Look at how tiny this is. This is so tiny, it will break immediately. Pull out the tiniest bit, and I mean the tiniest bit, otherwise it will break. It broke on me like 5 times, so please be careful. But for the price, you can't beat this. This doesn't do any worse than the Benefit or the Anastasia that we love. This is not waxy at all. It completely dries down to the powder immediately. And this will stay on all day. I never had an issue with fading. So this is an absolute glow again. Then we have a new one for me. I just bought this one. This one is the Maybelline Brow Express in medium brown. This is a beautiful shade. A bit more cool tone than the rest, but a beautiful pencil. It feels a bit waxy, not as much as like for instance the It Cosmetics one, but a beautiful one. I enjoy the small tip, I enjoy the spoolie. It's a bit smaller than normal spoolies, which I appreciate. And I am really liking this pencil. So again, a really good option from the drugstore. I can't say it enough, guys. Yes, Anastasia and Benefit are still the best in brows. The drugstore has been killing it. This one is from Judy Doll. This one is the Skinny Eyebrow Pencil in Grey Brown 02. K-beauty is often difficult because almost every product is warm. So that's not easy. This is such a beautiful pencil. And if you look at the gray tones, they are actually cool tone. Then you don't have the issue of warm brow pencils. This is really good. I just got it not too long ago, just before the trip to Texas. Again, powder feel. These are all powdered and they stay on. As you could see, I'm rubbing them. They're not going anywhere. This one is from Lily by Red and I got 3 shades. Just like the brow gels, I kept 3 shades just to try them out. And these are called the Skinny Mess Brow Pencil and I've got the shades. It's printed really small, but 1, 2 and 3. I do appreciate that they are pointing at this is the cartridge and this one is the brush, because they are similar, and every single brow pencil that doesn't have a clear lid, I am always searching for my cartridge. Let's try out number 1 first. And yet again, these break really easily, so please don't pull up too much. And you might have guessed, this one is way too light and way too warm for me. This is going to need to go because I can't wear this. Then we have shade 2. This one is a bit darker, but yet again, really warm. A bit less than the other one, but I don't think I can use that one. Let me do number 3. Yes, this is way better. This is my shade. I thought I used one quite a bit, but now I know which one it was. Shade number 3 is my shade. So this one is going to stay because it's an actual good pencil. Just the other shades are too warm and too light. This one might be too light, but I can still use it. It is a bit waxy, but it will stay put. Then I got 2 shades from the L'Oreal one, and I believe they are the same. Yeah, 2 in brunette, because there was a dual pack, I believe. Let's see, I have used that one. Let me guess, I have used the other one as well. Yeah, I've used both of them. That sounds like me. This one is a hair darker than the other one and a bit more neutral. I really like this brow pencil. It's a good shade, and I actually have been using this quite a bit. It is quite waxy, so it is one of the most waxy pencils out here. So more similar than It Cosmetics, which makes sense because It Cosmetics is owned by L'Oreal, so probably they copied the formula. This is a really good brow for me, and that's why I have 2. Yes, there were a 2-pack, but otherwise I wouldn't have bought the 2-pack, of course. And then I have 2 from the NYX Micro Brow Pencils. Again, a beautiful brow pencil. Really similar to the Anastasia one. And honestly, I think that's the reason why I didn't bought that one, because this is so good. I've got 2 shades. This is Cool Ash Brown and 6 in Brunette. So I have 2 shades to swatch. This one is the lighter one, the Cool Ash Brown. I wouldn't say this is cool or ash, but at least it's brown. So this is one of the ones that I will use one of the tinted brow gels on, because this is a hair too warm. This is actual neutral and this is just too warm. And that's strange because they are calling it ash, and ash is usually grayish. But the depth is really good, and I believe I don't have much left. No, this is the only part. Use it one more time and then it can go, because this is clearly not my shade. So I am going to put this one in the declutter pile. This is going to go because there's one used left. And then we have the new shade that I bought, Brunette. Again, warm. So I'm not sure which shade I used to buy. Yeah, I used to use taupe, but then I was blonde. Or colored my hair blonde. But this is even warmer. So I am going to glow this one. I am going to keep this one. But just like the L'Oreal one, the faux brow, I have to pick out a different color, because this is not my color. This is way too warm. Alright, let's quickly go to these 4 because this is already way too long. This one is the Judy doll, and this is a really cool concept. And this is a pomade. You will open up the tube, you can squeeze some out. You will have like a palette over here, and then you can open up this cap and there is a brush. So you can actually just brush it on like a pomade, and you have a place to work on, and you can clean it after. I think that's genius, especially for travel. This is actually a good shade match. It is maybe a hair too warm, but more neutral than warm. So I can actually use this one. You can draw fine hairs with it. It dries down really fast. So please don't squeeze out too much. You will regret it because you can't work as fast. But this is a beautiful concept and I actually really love playing with this. The only thing is you should clean the brush and the well off every single time, otherwise it will get gunky, of course. But it's a really hygienic and user-friendly option, and you can just easily travel with this. It's light, it's not heavy like glass, and you can squeeze every single bit out. Then we have two Anastasia brow pomades. I've got the shade Taupe and Soft Brown. This is my shade for years, and I mean literal years. I have used so much of these that I can't even count. I think I have used up like 6 or 7 for myself, and I also used this one for my kid for the longest time. But right now it's getting a bit too light. However, it doesn't seem to look that bad when I swatch it out. This is an actual taupe color. If you have blonde hair, you will like this color a lot. And this is a beautiful, beautiful pomade. I used to go through every 2 years through one of these. So it's really, really cost effective. So if you like these, just keep on using them. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I still use them so often. And I do use the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush with it. This is 7B. I bought a new one because mine was old and it came broken, so the handle was loose. So I fixed it with some lash glue. It is a bit, I don't know, gunky, but it still works. I didn't want to put in regular glue and risk of losing the flexibility of this one. And I will show you Soft Brown. As you can see, this one doesn't have seen much use like the other one. This is a beautiful shade again. You can just put so many lovely hair strokes, or you just can fill it in if you have loads of sparse areas. And usually I use the cap for blending or something like that. So I will pick up a bit, blend it over here and then use it. This is always a must-have for me and I will never be without. And I bought the Milani version 03 medium brown stay put brow color because I was curious how this one would compare. This one is a bit warmer, but still a really, really lovely color. As you can see, they're all different, but the beauty is I can all use them because you can use a different brow gel on top, or you could use more or less. You can blend it out differently. You can mix it with a pencil. Brows are so fun, you can mix and match every single day. And of course you can use regular eyeshadow as well as brow products. This one came with a brush. I don't know where it is right now. It is somewhere in my brush holder. But that's a really good deal because you will get a brush and a pomade for a spectacular price. And this one isn't worse than this one. So if you love this one, try it out. It could be a really good dupe for you if you can find your shade. Alright, I know it was a really, really long one, but here are the things that I am going to keep. I will buy 2 new shades of these and I will venture out to some more products. If you have any recommendations for brow products that you haven't seen here, except for the pencils of these, I will buy them eventually again. But if you have any more recommendations, let me know. I will try them out. Well, did I declutter much? Didn't I declutter much? I haven't seen the results yet, so you let me know. Did I do good or could I have done better? Please let me know what your favorite products are from the video, or what products I shouldn't declutter or I should declutter. So please let me know and I will absolutely take your advice. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to see more of the declutter videos because there will be one every single week. So stay tuned and have a great day. Bye!